let's open her up and see what we got.
Hey everyone, it's Nick with NIXart Studio. Thanks for joining me today. We're gonna take a little look at me unloading my kiln. This glaze load included a few test firings of some new glazes. Let's take a look.
Hey, thanks for joining me. So I'm gonna pop open this kiln. It finished firing yesterday. It's still cooling off a little bit, but it should be warm enough, cooled down enough that we can pop it open. Did a very last minute firing. I have a show at a gallery I have to get to in a few hours, so we're gonna see what we got in there. The kiln fired forever. The bottom elements are not heating up other than when they're on high, and it is really struggling to get up to temperature. All right, let's open her up and see what we got. So first thing I can see is some of my greens came out a little bit light again. If I dip them too long to get the green, a lot of times they craze real bad. So it looks like we got no crazing, but some really light milky greens. That's okay. Very warm still.
I made a bunch of garlic graters. This is my first time trying these out. So far they've been selling pretty good.
The lighting for today's video is not going to be that great. Mostly just the garage lights, which is not a lot, and it's pretty gloomy outside. Got a storm coming in.
I also decided to make a bunch of spoon rests. The sales on those have been mediocre.
Did a little bit of splatter of one of my new glazes. Got a little bit of the green there. The rest of it's just a really light green. These are spoon rests. Nice, quick, easy ones. I don't really trim the bottom even. You can see the texture from the wire. Well, maybe. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. All right, we got one more bowl in here, and then we're checking out the new glaze. So this is light green on the outside, my white on the inside. A little bit of a splattered glaze on the inside too. Let's check out that new piece.
Little dippers.
So this is mostly a very light dip. Did a little bit extra at the rim. Light green on the inside if I remember right. I of course did not write down which ones were which. But I wanted to do some that were relatively light. I don't think I did any heavy dips with it just because I wasn't sure how stable it was. It looks like at the top where I gave it a little bit extra dip, it ran a little. But ooh, look at those colors where it gets thick. That's what I want, is right there. All right, I'm gonna dive down the next layer. But first, we must thank our little kiln guardians. Thank you, little Krusty. And thank you, Great Banana Dolphin. All right, here we go. Let's unload this one and see what we got. Over here, I got a bowl that I'm using some clay I haven't really tried before. This is mocha. I got some with my Coyote brand Enduro. This is blue. I want to say it's like blue cornflake or something like that. We got a refire piece right here. So last time I did a kiln firing, I had the same kind of slow issue. It was during winter and it was a bit chilly out. So the kiln only really got to about a soft 5, maybe even lower on the bottom. So some of my glazes didn't quite get where I wanted. This was a refire. The clear just didn't really mature and get glossy. It was still very matte and dull. So it looks like we got it better. Yeah, so
Little dippers.
real talk time. I did not sift my glaze. I know I'm supposed to, but I was in a hurry and I'm a bit lazy. I'll try to do it before the next one. Right there, we're at pools. That's the color I like. It can be hard to get with this one sometimes. It tends to craze a little bit when it gets really thick. I made a bunch of smaller bowls like these. I'm gonna call them little dippers.
Little dippers.
I was gonna do some with funny faces on them, outside and inside. Didn't have time for that. So my first round of little dippers are just bare. Did them in a variety of colors and stuff, mostly the green, clear, and then the new blue. These would be great for little sauce bowls, little ramekin-sized containers to hold your ranch or your marinara, whatever. So on this one, I did a little bit thicker at the rim. I just did a longer dip on this one. That first one we saw was a quick single dip. This is a longer single dip. Got a little bit of some bumps in there, it looks like. That might be for me not sifting. But, come on, focus. I love that color. Look at that variation you get there. And we got the white on the inside.
These little dippers, these little sauce dipping bowls, haven't been selling great so far.
The inside here is my light green. Outside is that new blue I got. And then I believe this one was 2 dips, so I think I went dip, a dip. 2 relatively quick dips. And it looks like we get that nice same effect that I'm looking for, where I get that really cool color. So I believe this was clear. And then I think that where there's that slight color change, I believe that was my light green. And then you see the light green splashed on the inside quite a bit. Mocha with just clear? Meh. I kind of like it best so far with that white liner. You guys may be able to hear the thunder rolling in the background there. This is the mocha clay. I believe this was a quick dip of my liner white with my light green at the top. And again, I think those bumpies are from me not sifting. Bad Nick. But I like that mocha. Very nice. Thank you, Great Turtle Guardian. Oh, I did do another speckle. I didn't think I did any more speckles. Yeah, that is nice. I really like the speckled clay. I love that effect it gets right there. Look at that. Where the speckles start to run. Look really nice with the green. I like it if the green was a little heavier, a little bit more pigmented. Because I like where the green starts to get those, that kind of floating blue color. I need to try the speckled with my actual blue now and see how that looks as well. But yay, speckled. Focus. Alright, let's clear this out and get down to what I think is the final layer. Alright, let's see what I got down here on the bottom. Over here I have a piece I was firing for somebody. I got 2 ramen bowls with white clay, a little bit of green glaze on the rim, and then I did some brush strokes on them with a darker slip. And over here, I have a ramen bowl with mocha. Nope, that's actually speckled clay. I thought I was using my mocha. And then here in the middle, I have a cup. I don't think there was anything special on it. I think it was a cup. Let's go ahead and check those out. Little bit of some brush marks with a darker slip. The inside is my new white liner glaze. Outside is my green. The green got a nice color. There's some nice sized ramen bowls, little chopstick holders on them. Clear on the inside, dark slip brush, and then green on the outside. Ramen bowl with the speckled. We got clear on the inside, and then the green on the outside. Outside green, I did a single dip up to here, And then a second quick dip right there at the rim. I like it. I was a little worried about how this firing was going. It took forever, and most of that time, both of my dials were set to high. It really struggled to get to temperature. So based on my little cones here, I think it only hit about a mid-level cone 5. But that was enough to mature my glazes. Everything turned out fine. Most of my stuff does fire on a cone 5 or 6. Ideally, I would have liked it to get a little bit hotter, but it was really struggling. And who do we have to thank for the good turnout? Mr. Frog. So I got 2 new glazes that I mixed up. These are commercial glazes. It's my first time doing commercial glazes. I bought 25 pounds of dry glaze for 2 different colors. They are Coyote Enduro. I got a white liner glaze, and I got a blue glaze. All right, I don't have a whole lot of time to record an outro, so I'll do that on my voiceover. I need to go get ready for a show.
Here's a little sneak peek at that gallery show I was preparing for as I unloaded the kiln. Most of those pieces went right over to the gallery. I probably should stop doing things last minute like that. I was in quite a rush. I don't have a whole lot of footage from this gallery show, but I will add that into a video coming up here soon. Well, this was Nick with NIXart Studio. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this little look at me unloading my kiln and checking out some of my new glazes. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell for more notifications. Here's some more videos you can check out. Join me next time for some more art adventures. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye now.
Hey.
Bye.